This question says, is there a deeper reason for trauma or abuse? Are
Hmm.
all traumatic events by your higher self, or are they accidents? Or are you attracting the abuse slash trauma vibrationally?
I think the answers are in the question.
Yeah, it really it's trauma and abuse. Those are things that, I know this sounds harsh. I know it sounds harsh, but it's maybe things that you're working through, so you're attracting it. And so it's like there again, that's a vibration thing, and if you're feeling a victim, or if you're in a victim mentality and just really, then you're going to attract situations to you that create victimhood, that make a victim out of you so that you can really experience it, because that's what you're doing. You're like, I really want to feel this. I really want to experience it. And
Nobody likes me. Then you attract the people that don't like you.
Don't like you, yeah. And I know you might think, well, why would I attract someone? I wouldn't want that. And it's like, sometimes we choose, and this is kind of, you have to pull back and look at it from a different perspective, of that we are here as a soul having experiences, and we're figuring this thing out. This is a really interesting playground or theater that we're playing in, and we're in this role of discovering that we are the creators. So this is the act that we're in right now, that we're discovering this. And so what better way, or not necessarily better, but what is a great way to maybe start figuring that out than to have a mental attitude and then create things that, and attract things like that, that are doing that. And then you're going, oh my God, why is this happening? And you're in the depths of despair and everything. Gosh. And then you start connecting some dots and going, oh my gosh, like your question right now. See, that's you connecting dots. If it's happening to you, or if you're in an objective place, I don't know. But this is you starting to ask those questions that are what creates the growth. That's when you start pulling out, because you're like, wait a minute, if I can do that, I did that, then I can think other things, and I can feel other ways about myself, which will attract different things. This is you being the creator of your life.
Yes, good answer, good answer. I guess I'm going to jump in there a little bit with, like, in QHHT sessions, we do find that some of that trauma is, or has been in the past, karma that has been worked out.
Do you think like patterns? You find like maybe it's patterns, or working through maybe to discover that it's a pattern?
Well, and some of the things, some of that's patterns. Some of it is, we have to realize we weren't always the good guy. And so sometimes, and it's not that it's kind of hard when you're talking trauma stuff, but sometimes we played the role of the bad guy, and then the next time the other person plays the role of the bad guy, so we can have the experience. So we're getting both experiences. So we know what it was like, why the bad guy made the decisions they made, or whatever we're terming bad guy, and then what that ripple effect was on the people that were affected by those choices, and the abuse and all the things. So some of that is just, it's playing out to balance that scale, and so that you're getting the experience and you are giving the experience. So if somebody's out there that's trauma, that you're in an abusive situation or something, you might want to ask, is there somewhere I need to forgive myself from a lifetime I was abusive? Might be a question to ask. And then work on it from that way, because otherwise we're like, why am I attracting this? What am I doing that brought that to me? I'm trying to do my affirmations, and trying to change the way I'm reacting to things. And some of that's part of the lesson too, but it might also be that there's somewhere you need to forgive yourself for when you played that role.
Absolutely. Now you brought up something right there that triggered a thought that
where, was that the smoke I saw with the thought?
Where you're saying, that gosh, now see, it went away. It blew away.
Let's bring it back in. We're talking about karma, about balancing the scale.
Yeah, but it was that next thing you mentioned.
Forgive yourself somewhere from other lives.
It was right before that.
Okay. Tiffany, help me out. What did I say before that?
Um,
That we're
It-
playing good in the
yeah,
bad?
for the part you played and things like that. Now, it has to do with that balancing. Oh, okay. You were talking about, you're asking all these questions. Why did I do this? Blah, blah, blah. That was it. I have found what I was told, because I was doing that one time, quite a while, for years, with a
Yeah.
situation that it was just spiraling, and it just kept, and I just kept, why am I doing this? Because I was taking responsibility that I created this. I'm like, that's
Mhm.
step one. I created this. So it's like, okay, then I'm going, why did I create it? Why? And that caused a spiral effect. And because I'm just going down, and see, because when you keep saying why, I mean, even though you're saying I created it, it's still why
Yeah,
me?
so why did I
Because
create
it
it?
still goes down that road. So in a session, I was told you're asking the wrong question. You should ask,
Oh.
what am I learning from this? And see, and that's where it keeps you on that path of, yes, I created it, but I created it to learn something from. So look at things that way, because as soon as you start saying, what am I learning from it? That shifts the whole dynamic. It shifts everything, because you're looking at it in a completely different way.